kind of a silly little image here. We'll get to this in a minute. But notice it says death by menu right here. This is what I want you to do at the end of this quest. And we'll get back to that. Okay, but for right now, what I want to show you is there's some new quick tips. But the thing about these quick tips, I watch some kids just click through, click through, click through, click through. You know, watch the video, click through, click through. But this says don't click through until you practiced. Actually learn that, own it. I mean, that was repeated, that was explicit. And I tried hard to make that clear, and yet we have students just clicking through. The whole idea behind these quick tips is these are skills I want you to have. And let's look over here. Full screen browser with menu. Do you know some kids still have a browser open that covers up the menu? I have explained the rationale behind this. This isn't the first time I told you this. Back in Reboot Camp, it tells you, it explains in detail why I want you to work in full screen, but not clicking this green button where it covers up the menu. And back in Reboot Camp, it shows you how to set up the Finder. And so many kids claim to have done that and didn't really do it, that look, I made another quick tip that talked about Finder preferences and icon, list, and columns, and show path and status bar. And then, out of frustration, I made another Finder preferences video. Today, a good student forgot to log out. And when I went to reset their desktop, I opened up a Finder window. Hit Command N. Again, another skill I expect you to know. It didn't open up in the home directory. It didn't open column view. It didn't open up with a path bar or a status bar. Do you have any idea how disappointing that is? I don't teach you these little things to try to catch you. I teach you these little things so we can work together on the same page. And it's not a matter of, well, I just prefer it this way. It is an indication that you're not paying attention to far greater things. So, when I got home from school today, I made this series of quick tips. They are all connected, and they all relate back to that silly little image that I showed you. If I'm in the Finder, this silly little image right here. And it seems like it's not worth learning. But this is an intimation where this oddly named quest actually points to something really potentially creative that somebody's going to get and somebody's going to run with. But if you just click through these things and say, okay, those are done, you miss the point of what we're doing. Excuse me. We're in this for the long run, and I want all of us to succeed. But we're going to have a real hard time if I have to keep doing stuff like this. Death by menu. Now, death by menu is over here in the random tips, and it's sitting right here. And it talks explicitly about this, what I asked you not to do. Okay, let's all work together. As soon as you're done with this daily quest, do this quest. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Do not do anything else. Do this quest. And once you've done that, and once you've verified you're not working like this, then I want you, and by the way, if you're working this little tiny browser window, what are you doing? It's real easy to switch to another application. You know how to do it. Hey, look, I'm in Photoshop. Hey, look, I'm in Illustrator. And I can watch these videos and switch to Illustrator and switch back to the video. and pause the video and switch back to Illustrator because I know how to use the keyboard shortcuts. Putting these things side by side, you're working in little constrained windows, and it will not serve you well in the second semester. Do you understand? Practice, practice, practice until you don't have to think, and you can do this without a second thought because it is embedded in your muscle memory. And the same thing goes for these quick tips. Do you really know about the difference? How strokes, aligned with the center of a path on the outside or the inside can help you do things differently? Do you know about all the options that come with all these tools that I keep showing you? Once you really learn a few of them, you got all of them. But if you never really learn how to do this, then you're never really going to excel in digital art. And that's when you really start having fun. And those of you who are locked into Photoshop because, I just don't like Illustrator. You're eating your dinner with a knife, a steak knife, a really sharp steak knife. If you add the fork, you never know how much easier things can be. Oh, that just doesn't match what. You never know what's possible if you don't open yourself up to the combination of applications. Okay, long enough. Thank you guys. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh yeah, I already pointed this out. But let's end with the random tips, death by menu. Do this right now, please. Thank you.